Chip sets new standards for reptile substrates. Made from the highest quality coconut available anywhere in the world, our products allow enthusiasts to provide their reptiles with the necessary humidity and thermoregulation required to allow their animals to thrive. In the world of reptile care, the substrate forms the very foundation of a healthy and vibrant habitat. At Reptichip, we've taken this essential element and elevated it to unparalleled heights, blending innovation with sustainability to create a product that stands in a league of its own. Our journey began with a simple yet profound motto: all of our products are made by reptile people, for reptile people. Today, we stand as a beacon of quality and trust, embraced by novice and expert reptile enthusiasts alike. From the meticulous selection of raw materials to our veteran-led approach to business, every facet of Reptichip reflects a deep-rooted commitment to excellence. Discover why Reptichip is the preferred choice for reptile enthusiasts around the globe. Our foundation is deeply rooted in passion, quality, and community engagement, setting us apart as a unique leader in the industry. Don't be a Reptivich. Be a Repti bro. Visit us now at reptichip.com.
What's up, guys? Welcome. Snakes and the Fatman, episode 136 or 137, something like that. Look, I don't know. Been doing a lot of shows lately. I'm burnt out. I'm fucking tired. No fewer than 4 other podcasts going on tonight. Reptile podcast. No fewer. It might be 6. Okay. So anybody who did come here and is hanging with us live, I appreciate you guys. I mean, this is insane. This is insane. And there's one motherfucker who's actually going out there complaining that we're taking over his nights and we're trying to push him out. The fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? I never know what day of the week this is going to land on. I've been doing the 1st and the 15th for nearly a decade, okay? That's all I'm saying. So I'll be fucked if I'm going to have some fucking dude that came in this 2 or 3 years ago fucking yelling and complaining about how we're trying to push him out. I don't give a fuck, all right? 1st and the 15th, don't know what days. Sometimes it's Thursdays, sometimes it's Tuesdays, sometimes it's Wednesdays, all right? I don't fucking know. All right. I don't fucking know. There's too many of these goddamn things out there anyway. Hey, if you want more fun little rants like that, join the Patreon on patreon.com/thefatmannation. Okay. We just finished up season 2 of Storytellers, and there's about 30 other hours of exclusive content on there. And it's just growing more every day. Plus, you get put into a Discord when you join up. Really, like it's $5 a month, guys. Come on. The majority of people that listen to this show or watch this show are in between 35 and 50. And if you're between 35 and 50 and you don't have an extra $5 every month, then listen, you have taken some very wrong turns in life. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay. By the way, this episode is sponsored by Redline Shipping. You guys know I'm fucking ride or die Redline. Don't even ship snakes, and I use Redline all the time. All right. They're still the best fucking shipper in the industry. I don't care what anybody else says. They have the best website in the industry for doing this. They have the best customer service with an actual fucking phone number. Okay. That's all I'm saying. And I know all you dudes under 20 and you white women under 30 hate talking on the phone, but fucking, for anybody who's responsible, we like to know that there's somebody at the other end of a fucking phone and they could fix a problem with shipping your $5,000 animal. Okay. You want to ship fucking $100 snakes all day? That's fine. Use the other company. I don't give a fuck. But if you're shipping $5,000, $3,000, $2,000 animals, use Robin. All right. Check it out. Robin 60 gets your first two packages with Redline, 60% off. I believe that's even updated now. And use the code FATMAN5 for an additional $5 off your discounted rates. So, look, that's what's going on now. Yeah, I'm really pissed off about this fucking bitchy little podcasting guy complaining. All right. Fucking, I don't know. Thought this dude was a friend too. Fucking guess not. What are you gonna do? All right. Anyway, listen, if you guys think I'm funny or give a shit what I'm saying, we're smack dab in the middle of Deeds Not Words. So we're actually ending it on July 4th. We're going to Camp Freedom in the middle of July. Some of you motherfuckers have not bought a shirt yet. Buy a fucking shirt, man. Yeah, and even if you hate me, that's fine. Okay, I don't give a fuck if you hate me. We're not doing this to put money into Chris's pocket. We're doing this to fucking put money into the disabled vets' pockets and give them experiences that they ordinarily wouldn't have if places like Camp Freedom didn't exist. So come on, guys, step it up. I want everybody to pick up a shirt. I mean, we sold over 100 so far. Every dime that we make in profit of this goes directly to the Camp Freedom. And yeah, we're not taking out a dime. And we're really hitting the road hard doing these shows. I mean, for God's sake, we just went to fucking Hamburg last week, which was such a shit show. Like, I've called Hamburg a Tijuana flea market for the past 20 years, right? And I heard it was in a new place, and I was like, oh man, it got to be better. They moved it into like a little hotel. It got to be better. All they did was move the Tijuana flea market to a slightly nicer place. And it wasn't even that nice, okay? It was just very passable. But I swear to God, I have never seen so many fat, braless, fucking hoggy women in my whole life, okay? That is not a cool place, okay? If you're thinking about vending Hamburg, don't, okay? That place is a shithole. Of course, that's just my opinion, all right? I mean, some people may have loved it, but I will say this. We were so fed up that we decided to leave at 1. We closed down our table at 1, okay? And once we started closing down, it was like a domino effect. And probably 20 or 30 other vendors started packing up their shit too. So leaving at 1, okay? Who the fuck does that at a reptile show? Okay, yeah, I heard you leaving like an hour earlier, but we left like 3 hours earlier just because we knew. We knew. I don't think there was more than $300 cash in that whole place. Okay, so vendors, what are you doing? If you're selling dry goods, I guess you could fucking vend Hamburg, but fucking if you're selling animals, don't even fucking bother. What a fucking shit show. But But anyway, we're doing all these shows to put awareness out for Camp Freedom and get more people to buy shirts so that our donations get larger. And if you feel like tonight's episode is funny enough or informative enough to throw in a super chat, It'll help us get to all these shows that we still have to pay for tables and travel and all that out of our pocket. So I appreciate anything that you guys give. Now, there's a few other things I wanted to talk about. I probably won't, though. I mean, I figure since we're talking about Reptile podcast fatigue, why not just have every guest that's on tonight be a Reptile podcaster too? Okay. And see, dude, they're not bitching. All right. They're not bitching. I'm going up against one of my best friends right now, Shane Kelly. He's not bitching. All right. God, stop being such a fucking pussy. That's all I'm saying. Don't be a fucking baby, little bitch. Jesus Christ. All right. Listen, Herps. Okay. You want the Herps ain't no Hamburg. All right. Herps is probably the best local run show in the country. They're all over Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. I don't have the thing pulled up for the dates. So believe me, if you're in those areas, you know that there's a Herp show going on because he does advertising, not like fucking Hamburg. The only advertising we saw for Hamburg was a computer printed out piece of paper on the front door of the hotel. That was it. What a fucking shit show. God damn it. Anyway, fucking Sean and Lori, if you get a chance, go to a Herp show. Also, little fact here is that their daughter, Haley Gray, has done all the artwork for the Deeds Not Words campaign, including this little Fatman general and every other avatar that we've had from people who donated. So I appreciate Haley Gray. She's fucking awesome. All right. I mean, do we want to talk about anything? Oh, let's say hello to everybody in the room because there got to be validation. And you know what? I will validate you guys here because you have 5 other shows that you could be at, and I appreciate you guys are coming here. So let's validate. HJS Serpents. Rich was there. Rich and Sarah was at Hamburg with me. We were in the trenches. I've never been to war, but I felt like I was at war at that fucking show, and I'm glad Rich and Sarah were there with me. So Balls Deep Reptiles. Chris was also there. Thank God he wasn't vending. He was just fucking coming down, and me and his daughter had a little fucking growling match. So that was pretty cool too. So what's up, Chris? I appreciate you coming. Lindsay Pico Python's been making the rounds again and been coming back to these shows. So I appreciate you, Lindsay. It's nice seeing you again. Green Line. I was in battle with this motherfucker. In battle in Hamburg. And fucking, let me tell you something. Jay's the guy. Okay, Jay's the guy to be in fucking battle with. Fucking Jeremy Bott, I heard all your fucking your hurricane talk on Really Smart Guy and a Doctor. Sugar Skull Serpents actually took a leave of absence from going to Hamburg, and listen, he never did a smarter thing in his life. Fucking bullshit show. Anyway, who else we got here? Morpheus, Clarence. Fucking Clarence is the man. Me and Clarence are going to be doing some stuff in the near future with some other hip, cool names. So thank you, Clarence, for coming on. I appreciate you. Mission Morphs, thank you. You guys picked up shirts, so definitely make sure you send us pictures so we could shout you out. Thank you for coming by. Dwight the Pie Man. I don't think you picked up a shirt, Dwight. All right, what the fuck? Do something, Dwight. Go to fatmannation.com. Click on the support disabled vets. Aaron Klein picked up a shirt. All right, Aaron Klein don't fuck around. Aaron Klein figured that he got like fucking $300 or $400 from me in stuff on the Stop Sounding and Looking Like Shit contest, and I figure he's fucking just hooking me back up by picking up a shirt. So thank you, Aaron, for doing it. Lori Gray is a big contributor to the Deeds Not Words campaign. Looking hot as always. Fucking Lori, what's going on? Thank you for coming. Fucking Balls Deep, Chris. Fucking, we're in war with you too. SFC Reptiles. Thank you for coming, brother. I appreciate it. Let's see who else we got. We're going really slow here, Sean. Sky's the Limit Network. Fucking Brian somehow or another talked Mickey into sponsoring his shit. So fucking go check out Brian on the Show Me Reptile Network. Rat Bastard Royals, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you you coming down. SH Pythons, Payush. Is that Payush Patel? What's up, man? How are you doing? Payush. Fucking cool name. All right. Let's see. Bosa, thank you for coming. Hope everything's good at the house. I appreciate you coming by, even though you're going through some shit. So thank you for coming by. Is that it? T. Johnson. I don't know who that is. Well, what's up, T. Johnson? Thanks for coming. Okay. Oh, that's Takara. Okay, fuck. Takara is fucking badass, by the way. We got to hang out with her in Georgia, and she's fucking a lot of fun. Gecko Cove. Yeah, I know you have a podcast. Yeah, I'm well aware. All right. Morph Minded. Thank you for coming by. We appreciate it. Sammy, you missed a shit show, but we will be back in Gettysburg with you. So hopefully set up right next to you. SFC Reptiles, thank you for the super chat. Fucking yeah, for the tears. Yeah, that's right. There was a lot of tears going on fucking Saturday. 319 Reptiles, thank you, Chris Ferenzi. You've been doing a lot of cool shit. Fucking Brian from Heathen Hatchery. Listen, not to be gay, okay, but Brian gave me some flowers the other night, and I want him to know that I appreciate it. Fucking Brian's a fucking rock star badass, and I still remember his reel from when he was in the 15 minutes of lane contest when he was doing the backflips, and it almost fucking killed him. So we're gonna end it on Brian. So fucking listen, I know everybody wants me just to shut the fuck up and just move on, right? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, all right, but I'm gonna move on anyway. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of shit here. Let's see here. Let's talk about Clutch, all right? Reptile management software, ball python management software. Here we go.
The ball python industry has never been more complex, but managing your collection, it's about to get a whole lot easier with Clutch. Created by Canova, Clutch is the cloud-based platform designed to streamline your entire collection management. From creating and searching your inventory to visualizing your breeding projects with powerful analytics, Clutch does it all. Track your clutches with a virtual incubator, connect customers with the perfect animal using an amazing waitlist system, and easily print labels for your shows and facility. It's that simple. You already know Canova for exceptional ball pythons. Now they're making ball python management just as exceptional. Visit cltch.io today and make your ball python road easier to navigate.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Fatman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
What's up, guys? It's Justin at Canova. For the past 5 years, 15 Minutes of Lame has become a launch pad for so many new successful breeders and a badge of honor in this industry. It's been so amazing to watch the passion and dedication you guys have and to watch your businesses grow. Just remember, the next me might be you.
15 Minutes of Lame!
Well, look at these fucking motherfuckers right here. Okay.
Good evening.
Snakes in the Fatman and a Fatman Nation promoting other new podcasts. Okay. So everybody else could shut the fuck up. Okay. No gatekeeping here. Okay. What's up, guys?
Not much. Chilling, squeezing in here. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I appreciate you guys all. At least you put the hot one in the middle. You fucking hideous guys are kind of bookending the hot one. So it's all good. So you guys know how this works. We're going to put 15 minutes on the clock. We're going to start that right off the bat now. Listen, why start a podcast after doing this for like a year? You've been doing it for like 7 months and you started a podcast. Why did we do that?
Yeah, it was short, certainly a short lead-in time. I think honestly at the time we considered doing it, it wasn't nearly as saturated. Obviously, that's kind of snowballed since that COVID period. And it really wasn't so much for us to share with other people our knowledge. It was really to draw more knowledge from people that are already in this for a long time and to get new people's faces out there too. More of an introductory show than anything else. It's definitely not us saying we're experts or we have any kind of a, viewpoint that should be held by the community. It's really just a chance to showcase ourselves a little bit more than anything.
Probably I'm going to ask the most important question first. Are you going to let Jason talk tonight? Because I think Jason likes me, but I don't know. He's hard to read. He's like fucking wallpaper, man. He does fucking. I want Jason to answer the next question. You guys are building a facility. Yeah. Did you guys figure you just didn't dump enough animals or enough money into the animals?
Oh, we had just piles of money sitting around and no idea what we were going to do.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's good. You're like Magic Johnson in the AIDS episode of South Park. You guys just have fucking piles of money just all over the house. Yeah. Why? Like, how is that cheaper than keeping individual collections at your house?
Well, to be honest, the biggest drive for that really is the rat breeding side. We're feeding about half of our clutch out of our own rats, and then we're buying the other half, and that's a bill for sure every month. And the only way that we can expand is to get those out of where they're at and into a bigger facility. So that was the core driver. And then on my side of it, where I've got the snakes is also tiny. I've made jokes about it. I can literally stand in the middle of the snake room and just spin around with rats and feed all the snakes without having to take a step. So the other portion of that is getting my snakes out of where they're at. So.
And where is this facility located?
It's on adjoining property to my place.
Okay. Yeah. So now John and Jamie have to drive to their collection.
No, they'll keep their collection. They're set up really good actually for their half. They've got plenty of room. It really is just the rat portion. So they've got the rat portion at their place as well. But if we really got them jammed in there.
And who's gonna run the rats? Whose job is it? Well, like, describe the division of power here. Like, who takes care of what?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I'll take over the rats because they'll be right there. Super convenient for me. And we don't really feed live that much. We do on occasion, but really we freeze and thaw them anyway. So that process is kind of already in the mix, and we'll just continue with that and hopefully grow the colonies to where we're feeding everybody and then maybe get to a point where we can supply some as well.
So you realize, Jason, that you got the shit job in all this. Like, they are sending
yeah. Well, they've been doing it for quite a while. So I used to come over and help in the beginning, but not so much anymore. So they realized how much work it was. They were like, this is really hard. Fuck this guy. Now, you and John are brothers. Right. Yep.
Right? Okay. And Jamie is the outlier here. Jamie is just the girlfriend, right? Or is she the wife?
Girlfriend to John.
How long you been
His
together?
Girlfriend, my sister friend.
So that she's your sister's friend?
No.
Oh, okay. I can't even.
Trying to make it Kentucky as possible.
Yeah. I was just about.
It's a Hamburg thing.
That's where I was going with that. So what is Jamie doing this whole fucking shindig?
What do I do, guys?
It's your turn.
Yeah,
well, I know that you're on the podcast and you ask people riveting questions like ice cream or candy, right?
Yep. I do the hot seat for our podcast. I help clean the rats every week. I help feed every week and clean. And so
everybody has day jobs then?
We all work full time. Yep.
Okay. All right. And If I was to ask Jamie questions about genetics, would she know them or no?
Not much.
She knows some. She doesn't have as much confidence as she probably should have, but she's definitely picking it up. And she does the geckos too. So
Oh, that's right. You just had a gecko clutch, right?
I've had 3 gecko clutches now. Yeah.
That is way cooler than what they're doing with the ball pythons. Just
Yeah, I'm really into it right now.
fucking A. Okay. What are some big projects that you guys are working on?
We're honestly building quite a bit. So we've got
You're building it's a growing year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so on my side, I'm really still building. I'm building stuff to get into projects, and then on John and Jamie's end, really kind of pushing, the lace stuff. Got some lace projects there. So
Have you guys done shows yet or no?
first show coming up.
Where at?
Close to us, about an hour and a half south, so Eau Claire. It's
Okay.
Snake Discovery. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
It's exotic pet fairs. It's the Snake Discovery group puts those on kind of in our area. It's about a
Right.
5-6 show circuit through the summer.
Right.
But
Well,
Emily
Snake
and-
Discovery is huge, so fucking they're gonna have people there no matter what.
Yeah.
Are you guys looking forward to it, or are you already just like, oh?
No.
We're excited. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you have all your banners and displays and all that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, big expense getting all that junk and starting from zero.
Dude,
We have
seriously,
no cloths, no displays. That's $3,000 just flopped out just to look halfway respectable.
Right, exactly. So, what have you guys found that that you totally didn't even expect to be like an issue with this whole thing? Like, I'm sure you guys saw the snakes and were like, "Oh, cool! I think I could do this." But what are things that have happened that you had no idea, and you're like, "Oh shit! Now we have to take care of this, and now we have to take care of that."
I think the biggest surprise for me, honestly, has just been what the market's done in the last few years. I mean, when I think about, actually taking care of the snakes and things that way, not a ton of surprises that way. Feeders, price of feeders, I think, and then, like I said, what the ball python market's done the last few years is surprising, a little disappointing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, how could you not be, right? But it weeds out the people that actually love doing it.
That's
And
true.
you get the people who are just in it for money, probably kind of just selling their collections, and it's not a bad thing, to kind of thin out the herd every now and then. Okay, and I think that's what's going on now. What about you, John? Like, fucking, when you saw the price for show displays and everything, were you like, fuck this? Like, what?
Honestly, that was kind of expected, and I think Jay hit it on the head. I mean, when we started into this, we came in right at, if not the peak, just before the peak of pricing. So that drop was extremely drastic. I know there's people that came in way before and they saw the climb, so it made more sense to them.
Mm.
We haven't seen that other side of it. We just saw the peak and then the dive, So I think I have to agree. That's the biggest thing. Is everything else was kind of expected, other than maybe what we could have done better to plan some of our projects in the very beginning. We do fairly well now with it, but had a lot of stuff that we had to weed out in that first year that just were silly purchases.
Well, there's like, if you don't make the mistakes yourself, like, that's the thing with this. Like, you have to do it to fucking learn, right? Because somebody telling you don't buy 30 males, buy 5 males, right? You're not going to listen to that until like the thing that clicks in your head is when you realize it's a problem, and you're like, I got 30 males and 8 females, and we're probably not maximizing our dollar potential here,
Yeah.
So are you eventually going to do geckos as well as the balls?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the plan. And Jamie seems to enjoy it. Again, we're going to approach it kind of the same way. If she needs help with things, supply her with the racks we build, things like that, but let her select and learn on our own on that side of it. But yeah, absolutely, there'll be some going to the show with us. So
yeah, well, you're going to have a lot better a chance of getting into some of these national shows if you go in with geckos or
other than
hot
ball.
nose, just ball python. I mean, the wait list on ball pythons is just, it's insane. Nobody's going to give up their spot,
Right.
so that's going to be a little rough. Now let's talk some sponsors real quick. I don't know how good you guys are going to do here, okay?
okay,
And this is just because of where you're located, all right?
sure,
But do you guys use Reptile?
we do.
Yep.
JT does not give you a fuck you, okay? Okay.
Yeah, JT.
Do you guys have any sea serpents, racks, or incubators in the house?
Yeah.
Several, yep. Yeah.
Oh, you got 2 already. Chris Nettles does not give you a big old fuck you. Okay.
Well, the fuck yous are coming. I got a feeling.
Oh, I got one right here. I guarantee. Herp's Exotic Pet and Reptile Shows. Have you ever been to one of those?
No.
no.
See, Sean and Laura Gray, 2 of the nicest people in the fucking hobby, but they're giving you a big old fuck you right now. Okay. Obviously, you guys use Charlie because Charlie's a sponsor of yours, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yes, yep.
Exclusively Charlie.
Yeah.
Exclusively, yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Charlie does not give you a big old fuck you. Okay. Have you ever been on Show Me Marketplace?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever bought something on there or sold anything on there?
Not yet, no, but I remember when you first advertised it, I popped on and have been on a couple different times to peek around, see what's going on there. Like to keep options open. So
Okay. Mickey, although he just hired Brian for fucking to run some of his fucking podcasts on YouTube, he does not give you a fuck you. Even though fucking I question that decision, Mickey. Have you guys ever bought a snake from Justin?
no, we have secondhand Nova snakes, but not direct. No.
Oh, fucking Justin. Justin's like, suck my balls, right? And big old fuck you. Okay. Obviously, you guys do not use clutch then.
No.
No.
Double fuck you by Kabilka. All right. Just a double fuck you. Have you ever bought anything, a cage, a fucking a rack from Recoil Reptiles?
No.
Alan is dropping his ball sack all over your guys' faces. Gives you a big old fuck you. Now, have you guys had to ship yet? Have you guys had to ship yet or no?
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who do you use for shipping?
Honestly, we started with Reptile Express. We've used Robin several times. We've used almost everybody, to be honest. We're not super particular on that, I'll be honest.
That's a fucking bullshit cop-out answer. That's all I'm saying. That's a Morph Forge trying to keep everybody happy again. Okay, answer.
We
Right?
started before we knew about Redline, for sure.
Can't keep everybody happy in this fucking hobby. So 5-year plan for Morph Forge.
Go, Jay.
5-year plan. We're feeding all of our own snakes, not buying any rats, selling rats on top of it. And probably moving on, hopefully, to our second projects instead of still working on our first.
Gotcha. Okay. So I like how Jamie's just fucking like,
Yeah. They're
She's
so
like,
smart,
yeah.
aren't they?
You guys are killing it. I've been playing the fucking word game with Jamie.
Yeah.
All right. And Jamie's pretty smart too. Fucking when we first started playing, I was beating her ass all over the place. And then fucking she found some kind of fucking mega cheat code or something. And I go out there and there was one game where I got 1,100 points, right? And I was like, I got this in the bag. And fucking next thing I know, my thing dings and it's like Jamie won. And Jamie got like 1,700. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Honestly, Instagram is, we're going to answer that within minutes typically. We do have website and email stuff going, and obviously through our YouTube too, but Instagram is by far the best.
Somebody's always on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, we are at 0, and for some reason the fucking buzzer didn't go off.
Oh.
What the fuck is that? Oh man, it doesn't fucking matter. Fucking
Sponsored by Hamburg.
yeah, dude, seriously. Fucking, just so you know, just realize that there are shit shows like Hamburg in every fucking state, and I hope to God that you guys never have to experience that. Okay. Well, thank you guys for doing this. I appreciate you. The most important question that we have is, are you going to run in the 15 minutes of lane contest this year?
Yes.
Oh, like a sprinter, like a damn sprinter. You could throw hurdles in there. Even. We're up for it.
Fucking A. That's what I want to hear.
Yep.
Dudes, thank you guys for coming and doing this. I appreciate you guys, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, man.
We're gonna throw you out now. Morph Forge every Wednesday at 9:30, right? No remorph. All right.
Correct.
You guys are fucking still killing it. And I believe Blake said it best. He's like, you guys are one of the more respected newer podcasts out there. And it's not going unnoticed. I mean, you guys aren't exactly balls of fire. I mean, I only watch the show for Jamie, but fucking you guys, you guys are like, yeah, that's great. That's great. But I do appreciate you guys pushing the Deeds Not Words campaign so much on your show. I mean, although we could have wore the fucking shirts tonight, I'm just saying, okay?
Right.
He wore his last night, and his is in the laundry.
Right. We're popping out, kind of like the shit.
I wore this one for you, though, Chris.
Oh, the fucking gorilla playing the Les Paul. What the hell? Oh, you know what? Is that Bigfoot playing the Les Paul?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to see. All right. That's what I want to fucking see. Guys, thank you. Instagram, Morph Forge, right?
Correct. Yep.
Beautiful. Go follow Morph Forge. I know everybody's here for Morph Forge and Mike, and none of you motherfuckers are here for me. So give fucking Morph Forge a big round of applause and go follow them on the IG. Thanks again, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Take it easy, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, making the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
At Recoil Reptiles, we understand your reptiles deserve the best. That's why we create custom CNC reptile enclosures with precision cuts, built to last and designed to showcase your scaly friends in style. With over a decade of experience, we craft enclosures up to 8 feet long, tailored to fit your needs and the needs of your animals. Whether you're a hobbyist or a breeder, we've got you covered with enclosures that are as unique as your reptiles. And we deliver to shows in Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. Recoil Reptiles, custom precision, built for your reptiles. Built to last. Visit recoilreptiles.com today to design your perfect enclosure or call 405-999-7175.
Look at this. My man, all right? What's up, brother?
Chilling. How you doing, man?
Thanks. Good, man. Mike Johnson from Herp Collectors. Listen, 5 other podcasts are going on tonight. 5.
So who got upset because you had a show tonight?
That guy. I'm not gonna call him out. Fucking, but it wasn't just me. It was me and a couple other people.
Okay.
Right. So
I mean, I had a show tonight too.
What's that?
I said I had a show tonight too.
I know. Yeah. You had a show tonight. MJ has a show tonight. Shane has a show tonight. This guy has a show tonight. So what are you going to do? Right? Like, there's reptile podcast overload and fatigue is a very real thing in the hobby right now. Right? So what made you decide to start a network that would put a show on every night of the week?
So we don't technically have a show every night. We just have a show on 6 nights. And then we do every other week too, right? So like 1 week is 5 shows, and then next week is like 3 shows, but it's 6 shows total. The reason we went the network route is because I wanted to branch off into like other species, right? And get some coverage in that space and just really kind of expand my horizons, expand my network.
Right. Now, is the main reason that you started the podcast a marketing thing? Because I know that you went all out when you started your company, right? Like you hired Blake. You guys, I mean, you guys weren't fucking around. You came in big. And was there a recommendation to you on doing a reptile podcast in order for you to help sales for when you actually have animals for sale?
So the primary motivation behind starting the original show, Clutch Conversations, was to really get my name out there. Like you said, like at the time I was relatively new to the industry. I think I was like 2 years in or whatever. And I was buying into these expensive projects because, you know, at that time, I mean, prices was sky high. And, and I knew it would come a time when I would be selling animals, but if nobody knew who the hell I was, then it was going to make it hard to sell animals. I mean, people feel like people scamming them. They feel like people just doing like all kind of crazy stuff. And so I just kind of wanted to reduce the resistance in that space. And so it was a way to get my name out there, but then also a way for me to fast track my learning process, right? Because I was bringing on people on the show with way more experience than me and whatnot. And so I was learning from them. So not only was it like a show to educate other people, it was also a means of educating myself and expanding the network.
Well, I think that's how most of the people who were in it for any length of time did it, right? Like, because I did it because Sean Bradley was the only one out there doing it. Well, not the only one, but him and Reptile Radio. Josh Beatty also had a show. But every time Sean would have like one of these rock stars on that I wanted to hear, Sean would just cut him off and start talking about himself again, right? And I was like, the only way I'm going to hear from these guys like Will Banks and Ozzy and all that is if I do a show and let these people talk, right? So that's how I started, Snakes and a Fatman 10 years ago or whatever, 9 years ago now. So I'm glad that it's going in the same direction for you, where you actually wanted to learn something from the people.
Yeah, your podcast was one of the first podcasts that I started listening to on a regular basis. It was that and Reptile Talk. Those were like the 2 main podcasts that I was listening to early on when I first got on. In fact, when you did that Leveling Up series, that's how I learned about Blake. That's how I learned about Brittany and stuff like that. So that was super helpful for me. And so I just wanted to put a product out there that could help other people the same way that I was helped.
Right. No, I gotcha. But you don't have big snakes in your collection, right? You don't have chondros in your collection. Like what's the reason that you started to go out into these other species? Because there's not a giant network of people into these particular animals. I mean, of course, there's 300 to 500 views, but that doesn't help your YouTube channel significantly. And what was the reasoning behind you branching out to all these different species?
So I actually do have other species, right? I don't just have ball pythons. Ball pythons is the primary animal in my collection, obviously. But we got carpet pythons. We got 3 different species of carpet pythons. 5 carpet pythons total. We got boas. We got 5 boas, and then we also have 1 chondro, and then Takar, she has like a few lizards. My son, he's got a Savannah monitor. We got some tarantulas. We used to have some jumping spiders, but they lasted like 2 years or so before they passed away. So they don't live a long time. And so we do have other species, but to answer your ultimate question, why branch into the other species? I think it was like a couple different things, right? A, to give somebody a platform, you know what I mean, to kind of come on and do their thing in their respective species, and so they can highlight it. Like real good friends with Jen. Jen was getting into like the chondros, and now she's even into like more arboreal snakes like the Amazon tree boas and stuff like that.
Kate,
So
right?
yeah, Jen Kate. Big shout out to Jen Kate from Cigar City Exotics. And so like that was a way for her to get out there. Ro is doing the same thing. We got Jess and her with the spiders and stuff. We got Joe with the retics, and it's not like the same market as the ball pythons, but in order for it to become like a broader market, there needs to be like more information out there. Like it needs to be a place where people can come, kind of have like a chill vibe and learn more about those respective species. The more information is out there, then the more you pique in people's interest, and the more people decide to get into those other species. I know just me, myself, listening to like some of the other podcasts, it makes me want to get into some of the species that I'm not in, like retics. We can't keep retics in Florida, but retics becoming like more and more appealing to me just from listening to all the guests come on and talk about the retics, listening to Joe talk about the retics. And I feel like I'm learning a lot just by ear hustling and listening to what they saying. Grow House, that's with Veronica from Ivy Plants. I'm learning a ton about plants, right? Like the first few episodes, it was really just like a vocabulary session for me, just because like all this stuff was new. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? But like now the word's starting to stick more, and I'm starting to learn more, and like I find myself being more interested in plants and thinking about plants. And so it's really kind of like immersing yourself like in that. And so I feel like once somebody listens to a podcast about like a specific subject and they start hearing more and learning more and more stuff starts sticking, then that just kind of like takes that barrier to entry out of the way, or at least reduces it some, and they more likely to hop into like whatever it is that they are learning about.
Right. Do you vet these hosts, or do these people come to you and say, I want to show on your network, or did you have a master plan in mind when you started doing this with the people that you're using?
So I knew it was specific species and topics that I wanted to focus on, and so I just leveraged my network.
Okay, gotcha. See, Lady Tiz, I had her on the Sunday show this week, and never before did I have a show with somebody and then miss animals that I used to keep, and I was just like, fuck, you know, like I should get some retics, I should get some berms, but you can't keep them in New York. You know, you go to Tennessee, you go to Texas. What's up, Keith? Texas and Tennessee, you could keep damn near everything. All right, you keep a fucking tiger in Texas, right? So it's like I'm definitely thinking, about that being the end game, because I do want these bigger species. I do want these bigger monitors. In New York, there's, I mean, you can't really keep shit. I believe there's a 7-foot law. Anything venomous is, you get caught with venomous in New York's 5 years mandatory.
Oh, damn.
Right? Yeah, it's just fucked up.
Like retics is a perfect example. Like it used to be a time where I would say, I ain't never keeping a retic. And obviously living in Florida, I can't own a retic right now. But if I was to move somewhere where I could like legally own a retic, I would be interested in getting like one. I wouldn't want to breed retics, or at least like not based on current thinking, but keeping one, like that would be pretty cool. Like it's something different. It's cool, like learning about the different species, learning the individual animal that you keep and their mannerisms, and just really kind of like challenging yourself. Once you get the ball python husbandry down, like I feel like it's just pretty, like it's pretty easy, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, to do your normal thing and stay on top of stuff. So having like that new challenge is something that kind of like stimulate your mind and get you get those gears pumping again, if that makes sense.
Well, and the whole thing is the ball pythons are kind of like factory work, right? Like it's like as soon as you get down the process, you pretty much got it dialed in.
Yeah.
Right. So whether you produce 50 clutches a year or 500 clutches a year, you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Okay. Whereas the thing that I enjoy about the other species is that when you look at them, you see that there's something going on in their head. right? Like as opposed to a ball python that looks at you like a kid with Down syndrome, right? Like just fucking looks at you and smiles, right? That's all the ball python does. So,
and like Jen even got me interested in Amazon tree boas. I'm trying to hold. I'm trying to hold, but yeah, she keep sending me pictures, and then just hearing her guests talk about it and seeing some of like the crazy looking animals out there. It's like, do I want to get into them or do I want to wait? I'm trying to be smarter than I was like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was just like, gimme. I'm trying to be more thoughtful with my purchases, if that makes sense.
Right. Well, also, you know, for a decent Amazon tree boa, you're talking $5 grand, $7 grand, right? I mean,
it's some of them is up there, but you can get some for like a decent price too, like some really nice ones.
Well, wild caught or captive bred?
I keep saying no, not emeralds, but Amazon tree boas.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the thing is that with all the reptile shows, like fatigue on the reptile shows is very real, right? Like there's been a drop in numbers over the last 6 months to 8 months, right? At least that's what I've been seeing on the channels that I've been watching. What do you do to keep everything kind of fresh? And what would be your ideal realistic number that you could hit every show?
I don't really chase the numbers. That might sound kind of crazy, but I don't really chase the numbers. For me, it's more about the process and getting better at the process. I feel like if I can focus on getting better at the process and focus on the things that I can control, then everything else falls into place the way it was meant to be. So for me, the biggest challenge for me in terms of how do I get it better is how do I personally get better? Like, how do I become a better host? How do I get better at running the network? You know what I mean? Like where are my pain points in whatever process it is? You know what I mean? And if I can identify those things and address those things, then I feel like I'm doing my job. And the numbers, it is what it is.
Right. Now
it's like practicing for football, right? Like at the end of the day, you want to win the game. The way you win the game is to have more points on the scoreboard than the opposing team. But you don't never go to a football practice and see people watching the scoreboard and that's how they're preparing for the game. No, they practicing on what they got to do and how they got to execute during the game. And if you can practice on all those things, the score gonna take care of itself.
Right. But as of right now, would you say the numbers are worth the amount of work that you put into it? Like, is everything kind of turnkey by now? Because you've had a lot of shows for a while now. So are the shows just kind of running themselves now without you having to be there at every show, kind of in the background, just making sure everything's running smooth?
So I'm very active with all the shows. To what level varies show to show. Like some I take a more active role as far as like the behind the scenes stuff. Like I'm doing a lot more behind the scenes with Retake Rundown because it's a little bit, it's a different kind of production. Because I don't know if you've seen Retake Rundown, but it's an interesting format. And so I do a lot with that show in terms of production. I work very closely with Veronica on Grow House backstage for production. Same thing with Jess in terms of backstage production. And obviously Double Clutch, I'm on that show. So that's a whole different animal in and of itself. Morph Map and Chondro Corner, they pretty much running that themselves. I'm still helping with the production, like thumbnails, getting everything set up, having conversations with sponsors and stuff like that. So it is still work. At some point, there are some things that I want to delegate out to other people so I can free myself up from more of the procedural things so I can focus more on strategy. But yes, it is a good bit of work, but at the end of the day, it's something that I enjoy, and so I don't mind doing it.
Right. Well, there was a time right before the Georgia show where I was like, oh, if you're doing the live show and you're vending, you know, odds are you'll probably come home sold out of all your animals. Right? And you remember what you said to me?
Hell yeah. Yeah, so I said if I sell every show, I'm gonna walk out the show with a heart on.
Yeah, no.
What did I say?
You said boner, and that was the first time I ever heard a black guy say boner, right? I was dying, right? So that show had to be a little bit stressful for you, right? Because you were probably running between the two all day.
So the first day was more stressful than the second day, partly because we got there on Friday a lot later than we had planned on getting there. So we didn't get as much set up on Friday as we would have preferred to get set up. And so we had to do a lot of it Saturday morning. And so that was pretty stressful because I was working on getting the stuff set up for the podcast stuff and getting the stuff set up for the animals. But fortunately, I got good people in my corner, right? And so Takar, Keys, Wiz, like they really took care of a lot of the stuff on the podcast end of things. And so it was less that I had to worry about as far as that. Like I knew, like I say, good people in my corner. I knew they was gonna have it taken care of. The day Saturday when we did the show, I was on the show for like maybe an hour and a half, something like that. And then I handed the keys over to Ro and Brian, again, good people in your corner, and they took care of it. And then same thing on Sunday. I don't even think I was on the show on Sunday. I had Lace and Nikki, and they ran the show on Sunday, and they did a hell of a job. And so it wasn't like that stressful because of having like such good people in my corner, and they just basically took care of everything.
Yeah, and you're talking about Keys and Wiz and Nikki and Lace and all these people. That really is a good crowd. Now, I'll admit, the first time I met Keys and Wiz, I was like, man, these positive guys, I don't know how I'm gonna feel around them, you know? And let me tell you something, meeting them in person, dude, they are two of the most welcoming dudes that I've ever met in my fucking life.
100%
like part of the family the first time I fucking met them. You know, it was unbelievable how good they just make you feel. You know, like fucking, I was all pissed off in the airport on the way home, ran into Wiz. I was fucking like a happy retard after that. I was like, got to see Wiz, man. That was cool. You know, and you know, and Keys, I mean, just such great people. And then Nikki and Lace and Brian from Heathen Hatchery. Well, like I always knew Brian from Heathen Hatchery was great because when he ran in the 15 minutes contest, he did so well for like an unknown guy. You know, I think I heard him say the other night or a couple of weeks ago that he was in the top 6. You know, and this guy was pushing himself hard, and I knew I liked him then, but getting to meet him in Georgia was fucking cool as shit too. It was really, the Georgia show was really like an eye-opening show for the newer people that you realize, like, listen, they're not all full of shit, right? Like listen, a lot of them are, okay, a lot of them are, okay. But the people that we're talking about here were not like fucking, you know, the first time I met Keys and to hang out with those guys, with like Flawless and even Fear to Fascination, right? Like fucking, I was like, these are all good people. So, yeah, Heathen Hatchery does have some heat, and he's fucking killing it now. And you know, lately I've been getting to hang out with Nicole a lot because I've been going to Pennsylvania, and I love Nicole to fucking death, man. There's
Nicole cool as fuck.
People. So it's just it makes me feel bad that I was ripping on. Fuck, look at Shane. His show must be over now. What's up, Shane? It's nice to know that I was wrong about a lot of these guys, right? Like fucking Nikki, I was like, man, this woman is too nice for me. Like, there is no way I'm getting along with Nikki. I fucking love Nikki to death now, right? So I really love the fact that that there are so many good people in it. Mike, do me a favor, just hang out for 5 minutes. We got to pay some bills, okay?
For sure.
we're gonna go on to another fucking awesome dude who was at Georgia. Fucking my boy Patrick McKnight.
Have you been to a reptile show recently? Hundreds of vendors, thousands of animals, and an average of less than 20% of those vendors making any money at all. Have you been to Morph Market recently? There are currently over 40,000 ball pythons for sale on the Double M, with many animals staying there for months, sometimes years at a time. In this insanely competitive marketplace, what are you going to do to stand out? I'll tell you what the you're going to do. Aura Reptiles offer premier consultation services on everything from breeding plans to current market trends. Patrick McKnight has been one of the most successful mainstays in the ball python hobby for the past 15 years and can assist you with pairings, marketing plans, and advertising. Be smart enough to know what you don't know. Then learn about it from Aura Reptiles. Check them out on Instagram at Aura Reptiles and get in touch with Patrick McKnight today. Get in the f***ing game.
All right, listen, if you guys need your animals tested so you could avoid the constant scams, fake heads, fucking bullshit fucking sales that people go through, like we had to go through when we first started, go to Charlie fucking Williams at shedtesting.com. I'm not even going to read off the list of shit. It's basically every shed test available Charlie could do, okay? So Charlie is fucking swamped, but he wants more of your sheds. So use Charlie. I think you use the code Fatman20, you get a discount. Fucking, why don't you just call him? Fucking mention the Fatman, and he'll give you whatever discount is available. I'm actually going to be vending the Albany show on a Deeds Not Words table with Charlie. Charlie is going to be running a shed testing table, so we're going to be neighbors at that show. And so we're going to be up in Albany hanging out. Everybody come down, buy a shirt, fucking drop a shed test off with Charlie. This guy's a disruptor, man. Fucking disruptor. He came in, he's doing what guys with millions of dollars worth of equipment is doing out of his house. Okay? Don't tell me Charlie ain't fucking brilliant. Oh, man. Charlie's one of the top dudes, man. I'm fucking loving what Charlie's doing.
Yeah, Charlie's knocking it out the park.
Dude, really, right? Like fucking all right. And you know, you sit down and talk to him, you don't think he's that smart. You're right. You don't think he's that smart. Okay? But the dude is like you guy's fucking brilliant, man.
Yeah, he's super humble too. Like the first time I had him on the show, he kept reiterating, I'm not a scientist. But bro, you know all this stuff. Like you're a fucking scientist. Like you might not have gone to school for like this particular discipline, but you went to school, like, and you figured that shit out yourself, and now you know how to do it, and now you just killing it. So big shout out to Charlie.
Dude, Charlie hangs with Patrick McKnight in a conversation like I wish I could. Okay, so fucking but it you know it's great to be friends with these people like Patrick and Charlie and you and JT and all these other people, Robin. So you guys are also sponsored by Robin, right?
So Robin sponsored our 5-show tour, and
right.
Then I did Animal Con with Robin.
Right. How was Animal Con, man?
It was dope, man. Met a lot of like new people, like outside of like the ball python space, like content creators and stuff like that. And to be honest, I didn't really know what to expect, like from the content creators, because you're talking about people with like hundreds of thousands of followers, maybe even millions of followers, you know what I mean? Right. And so I didn't know like what the vibe was going to be like, if everybody was going to be like stuck up and just full of themselves, but it was like a real chill vibe, everybody hanging out, partying together, stuff like that. And man, they was partying pretty hard. Like me, I'm like an old man. I was going to bed like relatively early compared to them. Like, and you would see them like the next day, man, we didn't go to bed till like 3 or 4. Like, God, I can't do that no more.
Dude, it's rough, right? It's rough the older you get, man. It's like fucking even now when we went to Keys thing in Georgia, I was rolling out to the car. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing out at 12 o'clock at night on Saturday? I'm like, what is wrong with us, right?
Yeah, that bedtime hit different once you start getting past a certain age.
Yeah, big time. But the thing is that there's a world of difference between being YouTube famous and being real legit famous, right? Like I know many content creators in like the tech world who have 2 million, 3 million followers, and nobody knows who the fuck they are. I could go to my neighbor and be like, hey, ever hear of Gerald Undone? And Gerald Undone has like 3 million followers on a tech channel. She'd be like, who the fuck is that? Okay.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like to be YouTube famous is a little bit different. Now, YouTube, I mean, these people are making, you know, tens of thousands of dollars a month, you know, on it. And, you know, I'm sad to say is that YouTube has become like a legitimate job now, right? It's been like when my niece was 16 and she told me she wanted to be a YouTuber, I was furious at her, right? I was like, why don't you get a real fucking job? Like, fucking go to school and learn something, right?
It's a different world now.
Yeah, I mean, the creator economy is supposed to get to something like 40 billion by 2027.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so that's an insane amount of money. Okay. Now, when the bottom line is you're a content creator, period, just because of the amount of shows you have on, right? So what do you think? I'm gonna, man, I'm fucking having a hard way of phrasing this. What do you think some of the content creators in our little corner of the reptile space are doing wrong right now, and why they're not getting thousands upon thousands of views? Because you know, I had a video hit, you know, 11,000 one time. I thought I was king shit, and then I went to fucking Kaufman's channel, right? And you realize how not king shit you are after he puts up a video for an hour and it gets 1 billion views on it, you know?
You talking about in the podcast space?
Like in our podcast space, what do you think they're doing wrong?
What are they doing wrong? I mean, I don't know. I don't see every podcast, so it's hard to say. Like some podcasts I like better than others, obviously. It's just really kind of like what you like, what draws you in, people's personalities and stuff like that. I think podcasting just in general, particularly in the animal space, is a little bit harder of a nut to crack, because if you look at like the content creators and stuff like that, they have more short form content, which is a lot easier to pick up like a bunch of subscribers, pick up a bunch of views and stuff like that. So if you're producing like shorter form content, I feel like it's a little bit easier to draw people in, and you can leverage like the social media tricks per se easier, like having something like in the first few seconds that like really like grab somebody and just like pull in a whole bunch of followers like that. I feel like in the podcast space, it's a little bit different because it's longer form content. And so your ask of your audience is a lot bigger than somebody who is just asking for like 2-3 minutes of their time or whatever. And so the people that you are attracting are people that's like legitimately like fucking with you, because for somebody to come back to your channel like week after week after week after week and listen to your show that might be 90 minutes, 2 hours, however long, they really got to feel what you're doing, right? And so I feel like it's a larger ask, in my opinion, of the people who are going to be consuming your content. I wouldn't say is people doing something wrong per se. If you look at like most of the podcasts, and I haven't looked at like people's numbers recently because I just try not to focus on the numbers, but like I feel like a lot of the numbers are pretty much in the same ballpark, from like for the reptile podcasters, you know what I mean? Like it may be some variance here or there depending on like who the guest is, and certain channels may pull a lot more people than others, but it's really all about building your community, building a product that's consistent and people know what to expect. And if they like it, they're gonna fuck with you. If they don't, they not. It is what it is.
Right. Like I just think that I heard somebody say the other day, like, you know, make the kind of videos that you want to see, right?
Right.
And that was like the dumbest advice that I ever heard, right? Because when I'm looking at a YouTube video, I'm not looking at a YouTube video for what this guy thinks is interesting. I'm looking to find what I think is interesting, right? So if you find that your hobbies coincide with a certain amount of interest from other people, I think that's where that's where the candle gets lit, right? Because when I first started, I was one of three, right? Three audio podcasts on Reptiles, but like in the country. Okay. I can't imagine getting started right now with the amount of people that are out there doing reptile podcasts, all to get 300 to 400 views. You know, like I would think that would be a bad thing. Now, lately, my shows have been only getting 600 to 1,200 views. You know, so but I do look at numbers all the time to just see maybe somebody who has more numbers than me is doing something right or better than what I'm doing, and then I could adjust it, you know, to kind of appeal to more people. But what would you do right now? And you're kind of doing it right now, but if you were to have to start over right now today doing a reptile podcast, how would you go about it? Knowing what you know now.
Knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
So my production, like out the gate, would be a lot better, right? Because that was one of the big challenges for me, like from the get-go, is just getting my setup right. Because it's a lot of stuff. It's a little bit of stuff, but it's a lot of stuff, especially if you don't have like no experience in that space at all. And so like knowing what I know right now, if I was to get started like right now, episode 1, but I knew all this stuff, my production out the gate gonna be a lot better, right? I think that's one thing that I would do differently, just because I've learned so much, and so like I would have like a little bit more knowledge to apply to that. What else would I do differently? It's hard to say because it's like a made up scenario.
Yeah, no, Reggie actually asked ChatGPT to give you a YouTube channel, full analyst. Yeah, I mean that's a great idea, Reggie.
I don't think ChatGPT can do that right now.
They might be on the little paid tier that they have, you know.
You can it is AI tools out there specifically for that though, like for like analyzing your YouTube channel. I forget the name of the most popular one. Like vidIQ is what it's called.
vidIQ,
you can do that.
Great channel to watch. Yeah. vidIQ. I just
probably do something I need to be doing now too, which is I don't advertise as much as I probably should, just because of bandwidth crunches, and that's where I go back to. I want to start delegating out some more stuff and take some stuff off my plate so I can focus more on strategic stuff. But advertising is a space that I can do a lot better in, I think.
Right. No, that's actually see, ChatGPT could definitely do that. He's done it with his social media platform. I remember when I first started to do YouTube, I always wanted to come in at least like I am an unattractive man, okay? So I have to have it dark in here. I have to have it fucking, you know, kind of low light here. But when I used to tell people, like, in a world where people have the option to watch a video produced like Brian Cusco did it, why would they watch something that's not as good as Brian Cusco? You know? And I think that a lot of the people doing the reptile podcast and all that don't do that right now. Like if you see Brian set up at a show, if you see you guys set up at a show, it's, you know, multi-camera productions for Brian, at least when he does that Redline report.
Oh, Brian
I
shit is next level. His shit is
yeah,
next level.
exactly.
I remember I saw his setup at Charlotte at the All-American Reptile and Plant Expo, the first one they had in Charlotte. And I went back there and did an interview, and he just had like all kinds of stuff, like a few different cameras. He had like these like screens on there that was like with histograms on it, and just all kind of crazy stuff. And I was like, damn, I got to step my game up.
I remember seeing Brian at shows like Arlington and Tinley, and you oh cool, I'm handsome when you squint. Thanks, Kev. I remember Brian's walking around with one of those white balance cards, you know, like testing out the white balance. And I'm like, this motherfucker is next level, man.
He's serious about it, bro.
Yeah, he's really rushing into it, like head first, man. But even his numbers are down. You know, like it's like a hard, it's a hard thing to keep the attention if you're not talking to people interested in your specific species of animals. That's why I think these pet people are crushing it now. You know, because the pet people, you know, even the YouTube channels get, you know, 2 million, 3 million views. And you know, like, I'm not gonna lie, like I would kill for those numbers. Okay. Shit, I never hit 100,000. Okay. So I do watch all of that, and I'm very kind of on you know, on the cusp of that, because I definitely want to 90% of the time he's just listening. Exactly. Yeah. That's why it's important to maintain the audio versions of the podcast, right?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that.
I'm behind on that like you wouldn't believe. I got to upload like 15 episodes at a time whenever I finally decide to do it, right? I'm just the worst at that.
For the shows that I'm actually like on and producing, it's a lot easier for me to get the audio podcast uploaded like shortly after the live production or whatever, because I'm sitting right there at the computer. Whereas like if I'm watching the show from my phone and I'm in the chat, sometimes it can be like a couple days before I get that one uploaded, just because I'm not right there. Like for example, while I was listening to Morph Forge 15 Minutes of Lane, the Clutch Conversations episode with Darren and Miggy, they ended that one. And so since I was sitting here, I had time to upload. And so like that one's already uploaded. It's easier when I'm sitting right here in front of the computer, but if I'm not sitting right here in front of the computer, sometimes it'd be a delay. Yeah.
And for people that don't know, what audio platform do you use?
So I use Spotify Creator.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just upload it to that one spot, and then I have my RSS link attached to multiple other podcast platforms, and so it like go over to like all those other ones too, just via one upload. Like at first I thought it was gonna be way more complicated than that, and I was like, I'm gonna just do it on one thing, but then I realized it wasn't really that complicated at all, and so you can just upload it in that one spot, and then it goes everywhere. The only one that we don't send everywhere is Morph Map, because Morph Map is so visually based. I personally don't think it makes a lot of sense to put it on the audio only platform, because you're losing so much from the episode, because there's so many visuals in Morph Map. So for Morph Map, we just put it on Spotify podcast, because you can upload the video there.
Right. And does Spotify charge you for that? Because I use a company called Libsyn.
Nah.
Spotify doesn't charge you?
Nope.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to check. I pay $20 a month to Libsyn to keep all my old stuff going.
I haven't paid a penny.
Libsyn does it all for you, you know, too. Like it sends it out to iHeartRadio and iTunes and all that other shit. But like, let's say I'm coming to you for advice on starting a new show. Aside from production, what would you tell me I have to do?
Think about the reason why you started the show, and kind of let that guide you with what you do with the show. and just really be comfortable with like being your unique self. It's easy to get out there and try to be like everybody else, but if that's not you, then it's not going to be an authentic show, and you're going to get tired of that shit. It's only so long fake thugs can pretend, and if you go out there trying to be somebody else, you're gonna get tired of that shit. So just be yourself out the gate. I realize it's a lot of pressure, especially for a new person. A lot of self-doubt, stuff like that. You wondering like, why the fuck would anybody want to listen to me? Don't worry about that, man. You can get out there, do your thing, and just really do something you enjoy, and focus on getting better, right? Even if you just pick one thing to work on, pick that one thing, work on that, get better in that, get better at that, and then move to the next thing, right? Just really make sure it's something you enjoy doing, be yourself, and just strive to get better and better, and everything else fall into place.
Man, you're doing answers right from vidIQ right now, man, because they say the same thing.
Yeah, I got it in real time right here. As soon as you ask the question, it start like typing. I'm just reading that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's a great thing, and a lot of these expanding your YouTube reach companies are worth the money. vidIQ is definitely worth it because you could basically type in what's trending right now, like, and they'll give you a percentage of how many people are looking for that particular topic, you know. So it's really a great tool to use.
Yeah, I've been meaning to look into vidIQ. I haven't, like, I know about it, and I know like a little bit in terms of what it can do, but I haven't utilized it at all as far as like actively like working with it and kind of like tweaking my workflow, all that good stuff. I haven't used it. I do use ChatGPT a lot for everything in life. Just about, like, I use ChatGPT, and it just gets better and better, in my opinion. It does ebb and flow and whatnot. Like, you'll go through like a few months, you're like, what the fuck they doing on the other end? But then it'll get better. So you can tell when they like tweaking something, just because of the responses and just like little things that you notice. But ChatGPT, you can use that in a bunch of different walks of life. Like, for example, I've been working out a lot lately because that's something that's been lacking in my life for a while, basically ever since COVID, right? Before COVID, I was working out a lot and I was in the best shape of my life, and COVID hit, all the gyms and shit closed, and I just kind of got off track, and I've not been able to get back on track until like recently. And so now I use ChatGPT like with my workout plans, like, hey, I'm gonna do this workout today. Talk to me about what I need to be eating, things I need to be thinking about, and it gives good recommendations, and then I can like ask follow-up questions and stuff like that. So it's like I got a personal trainer in my pocket that's giving me advice that's specific to me because it's learned so much about me over the past however long. And so it's super helpful, man. And that's just in one space of life, and it's made me so much more efficient, like even at work, like things that usually take up a lot of time, like it don't take a lot of brain power, but it takes time to do. It's ways I can leverage that at work now, and so it's made me more efficient at work. It's made me more efficient with the network, with stuff. I mean, it's so many valuable use cases for ChatGPT. And I talk about ChatGPT the most because it's the one I use the most. Like I've got Grok and the free version of Grok, and what's the other one, Claude, and like some of the other things, but I don't really use those as much. Yeah, I don't really use them as much, but ChatGPT is the one that I use the most, and so that's the one I talk about the most. In fact, like I use ChatGPT so much, like I don't even call her ChatGPT, I call her Gigi, because like we talk so much, like you got to have a name at this point. I can if I'm gonna refer to you.
Well, let me X this up. Am I the only one that always says please and thank you?
Oh no, I always say please and thank you.
Dude, I always do too, because when the machines take over, I want them to know that I was always nice to them.
Yeah,
you know?
like you was rocking me. You was rocking with me when I was just in the phone. You was always nice.
Yep.
You cool.
Yep. Exactly. So where we haven't even talked about your breeding business. Like what big projects do you have? I know last year you hit a milestone and Canova bought a snake from you, right?
Yeah. He bought an inchy yellow belly clown pod het DG male that I produced. Actually, the sire to that clutch, I didn't even know it was het pod. Like I was planning on working the DG clown pod project, but I put that male, which was a inchy yellow belly leopard desert ghost het clown is what I thought at the time, but he ended up being het clown het pod. I put him to a clown pod, and I was like starting to get my base animals for that project. And then it was actually kind of ironic because we had just got back from the Canova facility tour. And when I walked in the room, I saw like one of the snake heads peeking out the egg. It wasn't a visual clown. So in my mind, I was like, damn, I probably got fucked on the odds. And so that wasn't a visual clown. And I was definitely hoping for visual clowns. But then I started cutting more of the eggs, and now clown pods popping out. And I hit several clown pods. I hit visual clown combos. Like that clutch was just like loaded. I was hitting all the right combos and codoms, like all that good stuff. And so that was a super dope clutch. And I had messaged Justin about the ID on one of the animals, and then he hit me back and was like, is that a male or female? And so in my mind, I'm like, hell yeah, it's only one reason he asking this. I got a 50-50 shot. I said it's a male. And he's like, would you be interested in selling that one? And I was like, yeah, because like I said, keep in mind, I hit a bunch of cool stuff in that clutch. And so I was able to let that one go. But as far as projects that I work, the 5 recessives that I focus on the most is clown, hypo, desert ghost, pod, and ultra male. I got a little bit of genetic stripe in the mix as well, but not as heavily as the other 5. Here recently, I kind of been thinking about whether or not I want to scale down with my projects.
Right.
I haven't pulled the trigger yet on scaling down on some stuff because I really don't know which one to pull down on, because even my pod stuff, it's a lot of clown and DG and hypo already worked in that stuff. So those animals kind of fit just regardless. Like even if I chose not to go for a visual pod, I can still work those animals in like my hypo DG clown, which for me is the big 3. Right. And then so that really kind of leaves ultra male, because it's even the same case with the genetic stripe, because like all that's tied to like DG clown stuff. So the only one left is kind of ultra male. And so I've been thinking about it. I don't know. I'm actually still doing a couple ultra male pairings this year. I haven't had the greatest of success in the ultra male projects that I'm working, like just shitty odds, which I've heard you talk plenty of times about shitty odds, but shitty odds, animals not getting to size in the quote unquote right time, stuff like that. And so ultra male, I feel like I'm behind in that project just because like things haven't like unfolded the way like I envisioned them like a few years back. I don't know though. We'll see.
What was there a little piece of you that when you sold the snake to Justin, you're like, all right, it ain't gonna get any better than this. Like I'm done. I'm just gonna do the network. Because the first snake we sold to Justin, I was like, well, I'm good. We could pack up shop right now. But then after that, we sold the snakes to Ozzy, then Marcus Jane. And I was like, oh man, this feels just as good. Like this is all I want to do. You know, I don't want to sell to Carl from Alabama anymore. Like, fuck him. Right?
Carl a good dude.
Yeah. Carl ain't got no money. All right. Was there a part of you that was just like, all right, I've already hit the point. I'm never going to get a better customer than Justin?
Nah, not really. I mean, it was cool to sell to Justin, but I don't really idolize people. Like I respect people, but I don't idolize people. So I don't get like caught up in like all the hype. At the end of the day, he put his pants on one leg at a time, just like I do. It was cool though. I was and definitely super appreciative of him putting out the video and stuff, because he does have like a large platform. So that was another place for me to get some exposure. But definitely not thinking in terms of being done or anything like that, or if I've seen the mountaintop, none of that, man, because there's so many animals that I've got in my plans that I want to see produce that with combinations that I don't see other people working, or routes that I don't see other people going. And so like for me is so many other things to look forward to.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a hard decision whether I wanted to go into work the next day. All right. That was definitely a hard decision. All right. So we're hit about an hour now. Where do you see the network and the business going in the next 5 years? Like, do you plan on building a facility, expanding the physical base of like the studio and the, the snakes that you like? Are you ever going to have a rat breeding operation with the snakes and a full podcast set? Like, are you ever going to just have the dream place like Justin does, or is that not even your goal?
So 5 years is really a short window, really kind of depending on a lot of things. As far as, I'll answer the rat piece first, because that's the easy hell no. Rats is a lot of damn work. Rodents is a lot of damn work. Like just breeding what we breed is a lot of damn work. And I have to have help with that just because of bandwidth. So Takara helps me with that, and my son helps me with that. And it's still a lot of damn work and a lot of cleaning. Fuck rodents. I'm not trying to like expand there. If I could maybe hire somebody on to do all the work for me, and that's a different story. But as far as like me myself venturing into a rodent foray, hell no. Nah. I'm good with that, bro. As far as like the network, I'm cool with the 7 shows. I can't even keep up count now. I think it's 7 shows. I'm cool with the 7 shows that we got, and I really just want to focus on making that product better. You know what I mean? And really kind of like growing that. Like I'm not fixing to bring, I mean, unless it's just like a idea that I just absolutely positively just cannot refuse, cannot say no to, then maybe I would consider it. But for right now, the plan is to like chill and grow those. And then once those things kind of become like their own entity per se, then I would think about like expanding into new shows or expanding into other ventures in the content space. I got like a lot of ideas like written down or typed up that I want to do over the long term, but it's going to be an iterative process because I got to be real with myself about bandwidth. That's something that I've struggled with in the past, is being real with myself about bandwidth. And Takar get on me all the time, like, why are you taking on so much? Why are you taking on so much? And so I do got to keep it real with myself because I got a full-time job, like more than a full-time job. Like, and so that takes up a lot of my time. And then I got family as well. And then obviously the snakes and stuff as well. And that's why I'm considering cutting back on projects so I can reduce the amount of animals, just because bandwidth right now probably is my biggest challenge, which if I cut back on the number of animals, that kind of cuts back on some of the work. And then also there's no reason for me to produce a whole bunch of clutches if I'm not going to be like going out to shows on a regular basis. And that's just something I don't have the bandwidth to do right now, because anytime we go to a show, it's always a lot of fun, but I always kind of come back to a whole bunch of work. And I'm kind of like, it's an uphill battle to get back to
zero.
To zero, exactly. And so I just got to keep it real in that space. I forgot what the original question was somewhere, but yeah, 5 years. And so we're just gonna keep breeding. Like right now we're in a market correction right now, and so things aren't booming the same way they were booming like when I first got in back in COVID. But everybody who's been in it way longer than me, whose opinions and thoughts and insight that I respect, everyone says it goes in cycle, which that tracks for me, because that's just like any other industry pretty much. And so over time, like that stuff gonna start coming back. But one of the good things right now is you can get some really cool animals for a really good price. And so it's just really kind of like stacking that collection. And right now, anything that I bring into the collection goes through like a much more stringent filter in terms of do I need this animal? How can this animal progress my projects? So I'm buying a lot smarter right now and just really like stacking up on the heat. Like I don't even post everything that I hatch. I don't post everything that I got. It's a lot of stuff I haven't even posted a picture of it at all. You know what I mean? And so I'm just like over here quietly in the lab building stuff, stockpiling, waiting for stuff to take off and hatching stuff that I think is really fucking cool.
Right. No, I gotcha. Okay. Ever plan on quitting the job to do this full time?
Not right now. Nah. I don't see that in my 5-year future. But I mean, you never know. Never say never.
Yeah.
It would be cool. Like it would be cool at one point to just kind of like only focus on this, and then it'll be a whole different animal, and like I can start being more aggressive with stuff. But I really like my job too. You know what I mean? Like I got a good team. Like I got a team of, in total, like counting my indirect reports, it's like 40 people on my team, and the people that I work with on a daily basis, both on my team and kind of across organization. Like I really enjoy like what I'm doing. And so I don't have no plans on quitting, and we got a lot of stuff going on right now anyway. So it keeps me busy. It keeps my mind going.
Yeah, I think it's great to work with people. Well, like I'm the same way about my job. Is like I work with people who are way smarter than me, and you fucking find that working with people smarter than you elevates your game on a level that you can't read about.
100%.
So it's like being around these people every day. You're just like, all right, I kind of love doing this, and I love getting to do it with these people.
Yeah,
So
I don't want to be the smartest person in the room because I want to learn.
Yeah, So, Mike, how can people get in touch with you?
Man, you can hit me up on IG, Herp Collectors Network. Follow both pages. Check us out, clutchconversations.com. Find us on Facebook, Herp Collectors, and of course, find us on Morph Market. We got some auctions going as we speak. Check out the animals we got up there. And if you know I'm in a specific project, reach out to me and ask. I don't do the greatest job of keeping animals posted on Morph Market. I kind of like post them as I can, but definitely hit me up, man, because you never know. I might have some dope, might have some what you're looking for. Definitely hit me up. IG is probably the quickest and easiest way to access me, just because I check that the most often.
Right. Okay. Yeah, whenever I talk to you, it's neither on the phone or on IG. So
yeah, you can hit me up on the phone too. My number posted out there.
Mike, thank you so much for taking the time, man. I appreciate it. I especially appreciate it since you had a show tonight.
No problem, man. You gave me plenty of heads up, so I had a plan in place.
Yeah, gang. Keys, thanks for sticking around. Miggy, thanks for sticking around. Michael, thank you. Fucking hang around backstage for about 5 minutes. I'll be right there, okay?
For sure, man. Appreciate everybody coming out, man. Big shout out to the chat.
Mike Johnson, Herp Collectors. Fucking go friend them, follow them, whatever the fuck you got to do. Get your life together. Become a fan, all right? All right, Mike, I'll talk to you in about 5.
All right, boss.
Okay. Go buy a sea serpent's rack. Go buy a sea serpent's incubator. They're fucking awesome. PVC enclosures, racks, and incubators. Chris Nettles is the top guy in the country. I mean, this guy fucking rules. Been around for 30 years. I mean, this guy's still traveling up to local shows up the East Coast from Florida, and probably one of the nicest guys in the hobby. So definitely check out seaserpents.com. Now, everybody, thank you. Big fun tonight with Mike and Morph Forge. I appreciate you guys. Now, we'll be doing another show on the 15th. So listen, I'm giving you 2 weeks warning to the motherfucker who's upset that I have shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm hoping the 15th isn't a Thursday or a Tuesday. Okay, so it's kind of like my olive branch to you, you whiny fucking pussy. All right, so listen, go buy a Deeds Not Word shirt, fatmannation.com. Okay, there are people on the shirt who have still not bought a shirt yet. Get your fucking life together. Pick up a shirt. Help out disabled vets, man. got to do it. We'll be going up to Camp Freedom in the middle of July. We'll be filming the whole thing. We'll be dropping off a check, and we're very fucking happy to be able to do this. We worked with Till Valhalla and the Hero Company in the past, and we're just going to keep doing this year after year because you're giving back to people that gave everything so that you didn't have to do anything. Okay. Go check out the Patreon, patreon.com/the Fatman Nation. Cool thing, the celebrity Zoom call returns this month with the Ozman, Ahmad Osman. Okay, my boy, fucking Ozzy Boyds. It's going to be great to talk to him. If you guys ever saw him on a show and you were pissed off that you didn't get your question asked to the guy, we're offering some intimate, not really one-on-one, but it's definitely not going to be 80 people in the room. There's going to be probably about 20 people in the room, and you could all ask Ozzy whatever you want. And this is probably one of the better guys to learn from in the hobby. Okay, this guy doesn't have a collection of 300, 500, 600 snakes. He has a collection of probably under 100, and he's still crushing it. What do you have? The Billionaires Breeders Club, and you know the guy is just smart. As far as the business goes, he's smart about doing other businesses. And we were originally going to do the show on the 26th, but he's flying out to Greece. Okay, so we're doing the open Zoom call for Reptile Keepers, the celebrity version, on the 16th of this month. Guys, I'm going to send you out with another commercial, a little viable competitor here to sell your animals online. I just want to thank you guys for hanging around. I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys on the 15th and on the 16th. All right, take it easy, guys.
Show Me Marketplace is the new online reptile-based selling platform that is both simple and straightforward for both buyers and sellers. More importantly, it was designed specifically for what reptile breeders and keepers have been asking for, a viable alternative for what's currently available in the selling space. No complicated fees, no tiered membership plans. One affordable price gives you access to everything you need, plus unlimited listings from your own Show Me Marketplace store. That's right. More listings, more exposure, and no hidden costs. But that's not all. Sign up today and use code FATMAN-50 at showmereptileshow.com/marketplace and get 50% off your membership. Already a Show Me Show vendor? You'll enjoy an even deeper discount. Building a safe, trusted community is important to us. That's why all sellers go through identity verification to fight fraud and ensure you're working with reputable breeders. It's time to ditch the corporate chaos and get back to what matters. Show Me Marketplace is a true alternative to everything that's out there. So sign up today and join the revolution. Don't be corporate, be punk rock. No matter how old you are. ShowMeReptileShows.com/marketplace.